Well, hello! Hello. So if you watch YouTube at all, on YouTube there's a section called non-duality. I watch it sometimes, and as far as the open secret is concerned, a large majority of the people on that thing that talk about non-duality have no idea what it is at all. It's completely misconceived. There are people there that claim, I'm quitting non-duality, I'm leaving. Non-duality is boring. And all of that is generated from a misguided idea that in some way or other non-duality is a something. And non-duality is a state that can be reached and experienced. A lot of that in there is obviously coming from that misguided idea. Some of it isn't, but a lot of it is. And many people have an idea, but in a way, many people in the world have an idea that in some way non-duality must be a something that you can reach and ultimate. Because most people who live in dualism live in a subject-object world. So their idea of whatever they're seeking is objective. It is objective what it's seeking. Non-duality is wholeness, oneness. It is nothing. It is aliveness. There is nobody. As far as non-duality is concerned, there is nobody. As far as the natural, non-duality is the natural reality. The natural reality in which there is no one and nothing separate. There is no separation. There's just togetherness. There is just this. And it can't be taught or communicated, and it can't be comprehended by the individual. And really, what we're talking about today can't really be talked about because it isn't a thing to talk about. And so there is no teaching, nothing to grab hold of, nothing to get hold of, and nothing to learn, nothing to reach, no direction, no apparent direction to anywhere, because there isn't anywhere. Everything is only apparent, nothing is real. So there is no real time, there is no real direction. All there is what is. All there is the immediate. And so, in that way, obviously, what we're talking about, we're talking around non-duality, not about it. There'll be nothing that will be said that the individual can ever get hold of. It's a place where nobody can ever get hold of. And it is possible that contracted energy which seems to arise when we are quite young, that contracted energy, it keeps us in the idea of the illusion that we are people and that we have a choice and a direction, and there's meaning and purpose in that direction and in our lives and in the story of our lives. All of that can simply fall apart because it's all completely illusory. There's nothing to teach, as I've said, there's nothing to give, there's no direction to find. This is simply energetic. And when you're especially asking questions, you're asking nothing questions. There's nothing here, there's no one here, certainly that there's any good. There's simply nothingness apparently happening. And so, in that sense, all that you're speaking to is a response out of nothing. Thank you.
Ask a question, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here, I have to say. Better than any beach or any island in the world. Very beautiful to be here with you and everyone else. I have a question. Might put in dualistic language, if you will forgive me.
No.
Poetic license.
Whatever happens, happens. There's nothing wrong with dualism. It just is part of the whole. It's an expression of the whole in a contracted form.
When the ice structure, as you've mentioned in some of your talks, dissolves or collapses, does it collapse and go away, never to be seen again?
It is non-dualism in a dualistic energy. It's a contracted energy out of that which is nothing and everything. So when in the usual when it is no more, it simply melts back into the whole. It's an energy that's like, and then
And does that process continue,
Not really,
or has, say, this movement of contraction and decontraction, as it were, does it at any point stop, or is it just transcended?
it doesn't start. It doesn't stop. Nothing is happening. All there is nothing apparently happening. And contracted energy is nothing in that form apparently happening. Only apparently happening. It's not real. There is nothing that is real. And simply all you could say in order to answer the question of course nothing happens. What appears to happen is the melting back of the contracted energy into the whole, back into the simple, innocent beauty of what is. All that's left is what is not for you. There's nobody left. And this contracted energy which seems to generate the sense of an individual melts back into the whole sense of individuality, the whole sense of separation, the whole sense of being somebody in a story that has something to do simply evaporates back into the whole. There's nothing left. All that's left is what is. The immediacy. All that's left is the apparent immediacy. It's only apparent. It's not real. And all there is, yeah, is what is.
So a barren movement between meaning and being that you have referred to before, which of course is apparent. Does it ever get to any apparent stop?
Oh, of course, I just said, it's not real. It's simply melting back into the whole. There isn't a stop. There isn't a wall in the hole that it bangs into or anything like that. It simply is like contracted energy and melts back into the hole. There isn't a stop. It is simply that there's no longer a sense of anyone. All there is what is, which can't be described or comprehended.
Thank you.
Tony. You just described melting into the whole,
Apparently.
apparently. So melting in the whole, into the whole, apparently, isn't a glimpse. A glimpse.
A glimpse.
A glimpse.
Well, there can be contracted energy as an individual. It can suddenly be a glimpse, which is simply the contracted energy. There we are. What about that, man?
But the glimpse, the person comes back.
Well, the contracted energy, the sense of contracted energy returns.
Returns. So the melting doesn't return.
There is a time, it seems, and it's happening more and more, when the melting remains melting. It is back to it is simply that the contracted energy sensibly is back in and seems to have returned to the natural reality. But the trouble with all of this is the mind, the materialistic mind, turns that into a story.
Hi Tony. A lot of the times when we talk on the phone, you'll say at least once to me, what's happening is complete. You say that to me quite a lot when I'm going on about whatever. That's what's coming up for me a lot the last week, is there's this sense that everything is complete. But then at the same time, there's this energy still there, more subtly, waiting for something to happen every now and again.
Waiting for everything to become complete, or to be apparently complete as far as the seeker is concerned. It never will be. The seeker will always be looking for incompletion, will always be looking for more. He wants more and more and more.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here and it's lovely, and I'm thinking, oh, at least I've got another meeting tomorrow.
No.
And I'm thinking, I bet Tony's not thinking that.
I hear what you say.
Thanks.
Hi, Tony. Yeah. Just what William was saying about the incompleteness. It's quite paradoxical, really, because in a sense, the body feels the incompleteness in the sense there's too much intensity that seems to be how it gets felt here. Yeah. So. I like a contraction, a heaviness, a gravity, a need. Yeah, well, simply the need, the longing for that suffering to end is that suffering. It's just, it goes nowhere. There's nothing that touches it at all. Because it isn't objective, is it? It's not an I'm trying to describe how it feels.
The individual may live in a subject-object world.
Yeah, so it's trying.
The sense of separation, the object is to end separation, which can't be an object because there is no real separation.
So it's kind of it's really looking to find what the problem is. And it's tension, really, trying to relieve tension. In a sense, it's sort of, it's just tension.
Well, there is tension in it, but it's simply contracted energy. Apparent contracted energy trying to find an answer to its sense of control. You never will.
No.
But that is what generates that tension you talk about.
Yeah. It's like well, I'm just describing here, but like quite an intense charge. It's like, I think probably in the story, there'd been a lot of wanting to manipulate what was felt in the body, emotional and whatever. And but there's no possibility to tamper with any of those. No, all the kind of manipulation or the reframing of things and the meaning. So none of that going on. So it's just pure intensity. I don't
Oh, it's
think.
very intense. I mean, look at what comes out of
Yeah, exactly.
Psychology, all of those things. That's it in general. It's all of those apparent answers to the problem. They aren't.
Yeah, because there isn't no problem.
Huge.
That's the problem. And the person really is almost like without a problem, because a problem is something to relate to. And I don't think that when there is, in periods where there isn't a problem,
But the individual is living in a dilemma.
yeah,
That's his problem.
yes,
The dilemma is I am separate
yeah,
and I want to remain separate, being separate. And so it goes on seeking for that which already is. And that's the problem. It never can find what it longs for, because what it longs for is not an object that can be found. That's the dilemma. That's the dilemma.
well, nothing can be objectified, and that's so clear. That nothing can be objectified. There is no border around
You tell an
anything.
individual.
Oh yeah.
The individual lives in objects.
Yeah.
You know, the individual sitting here would see other people in the audience and so on.
And ideas
Have
as
an idea
objects.
of what it wants is an object that can be found.
And it can be a really, really subtle object too. It can just be, you know, a belief system or whatever. Thank you.
Every time I have a thought, and because I came to ask a question but I didn't know what question, and every time I have had a thought from the beginning of this session, it like
You have to speak a little louder.
sorry, every time I've had a thought, it seems to disappear. It's like there's a big piece here.
Everything comes in, apparently comes and goes. It's meaningless.
And this individual ego thing, whatever it is, just wants to stay in that peace.
Oh no. Oh, you're talking about peace now. I didn't hear you talking about peace.
Stillness.
There isn't a peace that anything can stay in. This message has absolutely nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing to do with you or your idea who you think you are or the idea of what the ego is. It's all of that, the sense of me, the sense of the ego is part of the ego. It's generated from the story, the sense of story. There's no story. All there is immediacy.
Okay. But it feels like this wants a roller coaster.
So that is the individual dream.
Mm.
What you're describing is within the whole lies the contracted image, which is a story and has an image. It's really cute.
And it feels like that the roller coaster is sometimes too much. And then I want control of like cancer or whatever, emotional things in my children or whatever. And And yet sometimes it seems like there is no control.
There is no control because there is no one.
Okay.
The idea that you are an individual, first of all, is illusory, and that you as an individual have control or choice about anything is another part of the illusion. There's no choice, there's no control, there's no me, there simply is what is. Just what is. It's not going anywhere, can't come from anywhere, there's no one. It simply is absolutely meaningless and simple and completely and utterly obvious. Its obviousness is stunning. The thing that stunned me when I was an individual, and suddenly I wasn't an individual, the thing that stunned me was how simple and obvious this is. You're sitting in it, you're breathing it, you are it, this is it. Wow.
But when it's wow, it is wow. It feels wow, but then sometimes...
Not to anyone. It's not a wow to anyone. It's not a me wow.
It's so difficult when you're feeling this body and you're just feeling
It's
separate.
impossible. It's utterly impossible and completely futile.
So will I only, or not I then, will something only feel the whole thing when it's left this body?
I didn't hear that. So.
Will I I can only speak how I can speak.
Yeah. There is no I to evaporate. The sense of me or the I is a complete illusion. That's it. You could say that the energy, the apparent energy of that, contracted in the sense of me, can I do this, I do that, simply is no more.
Okay. I'll give it to somebody else because I don't.
There isn't anybody else. And Len just said the other day, talking with Tony, he said he doesn't give a shit about the audience. That's not accurate. Oh, this is true. There is no audience. Sexuality is so
Can you say that again? Energy? It's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
This isn't what I was going to ask, but since you just said what you said, so do you see people at all? When you're looking at us, do you see people at all?
not at all now. There's no such thing.
But you know, you understand that we would say there were people in the room.
Oh, of course we would, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's in the dream, I was going to say there are people in the room, separate individuals in the room. There's bodies, there's energy, there's characteristics that arise, and so on. But there's nobody that has any of that. It's just what apparently happens, and it's completely and utterly meaningless.
Yeah. But you would understand that we would see that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I did actually just want to basically say hello and just say, hello, exactly, because I'm here from Australia, so it's like, it's a bit of a big deal. Not just to see you, I will have I'm on holidays as well. But I realised, as well as wanting to say hello to you, I actually want to say hello to William, because I know William so much better. I know you much better than I know Tony. And everybody else, hello. It's really nice to be here. You guys are so lucky having so much non-duality stuff around. And there's some where I live, but not the same quality.
Well, there are different qualities of non-duality. There is only non-duality.
All right, I had to say something wrong, didn't I?
No, not wrong.
I know.
There's nothing right or wrong. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
I suppose when I came here, when I booked it, I still had some hope, that I might get something.
Oh. Oh dear.
And I know every time I come here, you say it's not possible to get anything, and yet it's very difficult to get rid of that hope. And also like a kind of a concept about what getting it might be like. And I was listening to someone else during the week, and they said exactly what you said in your introduction about it being directionless.
Okay.
Well, just for me, that was like another nail in the coffin in terms of it not being possible, because there's no direction to go in.
No.
That it's just not possible. It's not possible to get anything.
There's nothing, but also, of course, there's nothing to get.
Yeah.
It's already there. It's here. It's shouting at you. Every part of this room, every part of these apparent bodies, shouting at you. This is it. This is all this. What is? Feelings, thoughts, whatever. Sounds, speaking, asking questions. It's all the beloved. It's all immediate. There is only immediate. Apparently.
And also, when I was thinking about that lack of direction, then there was also a kind of despair.
Yeah.
Of never being able to get anything.
That despair is also what is. It's also immediate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tony. So all my hoping, seeking, contracting is also just part of what is.
Yeah. There isn't anything that isn't what is. There isn't anything that isn't immediacy. Except in the dream.
It's a bit like a joke.
It's the cosmic God is a comedian with an audience that never laughs.
Hi Tony. When we were talking on the phone on Thursday, I mentioned to you that since last Friday my OCD has barely been there at all. Some days it comes up strongly, but it's almost just not been there. And how much of a shock that was for me, because obviously for my whole life it's been extreme. And I said to you, that's tied in with the sense, less of a sense of feeling that life is going to harm me in some way or threaten me. So the question is that the whole sense that there's anything threatening, that only comes out of separation.
This sense that there's God or mother or father or some even unfathomable energy which will get you, like paranoia. There is something out there that wants to grab you or threaten you.
Yeah. And that's probably why you sometimes use the word beloved, the beloved. Because there's nothing in opposition or against anything. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sorry, that was what I was going to ask you. There was another thing. So basically, the whole sense that there is a threat out there, or that something threatens my safety, That's what brings in the need for defensiveness.
Totally. And the seeking, it reinforces and encourages the seeking. Let me find that place where there is no threat.
So without the sense of a me and a separate something else, there's nothing to defend
No.
anymore. And that's
There can still be a sense of foreboding or a sense of threat. But don't forget, when there is no one and there is only the natural state, the sense of threat is simply something that's apparently happening. Not happening to anyone. Nobody adopts it or mothers it or owns it. There is nobody. It is simply the sense of threat is what's apparently happening. Because there's nobody it's affecting anymore, it can't hold on, it comes and goes.
and there's nothing there to feel vulnerable or exposed
No.
to danger or whatever. Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, Tony. My dad listens to you a bit and has a question. I know what you're going to say.
You don't.
But
I don't.
but I thought I'd ask it anyway for him because he can't be here. He was asking about what you would say about the universal laws
There's no such
and gravity.
those are all, gravity apparently happens, and universal laws may apparently arise for certain people. All of that is part of the dream, part of the story. The story needs universal laws to sort of set it up and make it proper. It's all bullshit.
He'll have that answer.
Right, your dad, it's all bullshit. I can read it. You want me to read it?
I think he'd like that actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I don't want to ask a question,
Oh, really?
but I have to say this. So when you drop something, do you just say it's dropped?
No, I say fuck. Oh no, there's nothing going on here. It's a dialogue. This is what happening. When I drop the thing,
But I just
then
can't listen to you.
I don't think, oh, that's what's apparently happening. I'm not hearing what I don't It's just that's the way it is. It's the only other way I could try and describe it is that there is simply emptiness here. And what's happening is happening in that emptiness. It has no meaning or purpose or quality of any kind. So sitting on a chair is the same as dropping a cup. It's what? Apparently, this is where total poverty, when in the natural reality, there's nothing that owns anything.
Hello, Tony. I don't know if you could say this as a glimpse, but often
recently, when I've said a few words or something to somebody, I suddenly think, when did that come from? And I think, how did I know? How did I know that? You know, or something. It's kind of, I have to, think about. But that wasn't me, surely. Kind of.
There probably was, it may not have been you, it may just have come out of nothing.
Right.
Maybe.
And the main reason, I had a few weeks ago a dream with you. And we were dancing with you. And we had you, I was on one side of you, and she was on the other side. And it was so beautiful. And I don't remember dreams normally, but this was so, and this is what really pushed me to come. So I'm very happy.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we'll probably, I think tomorrow I would probably have some music, maybe. And there'll be music and dancing. I don't think I will be dancing.
Well, we were holding your hands.
Oh, okay. Good, that's a relief.
Father Tony, do you ever come across people or images or apparentees?
So you ever come across people?
Yeah. Do you ever come across people and you see that they aren't living in the dream? Do you ever encounter?
No, it's not seen. Not in that way.
Well, how would it be described?
It may arise in talking to them or whatever. But it's not it's not as though it's some sort of sense that is then felt, because it's natural.
But you wouldn't feel their energy, you wouldn't, as you
No,
mentioned.
there is nobody in this room that isn't already one.
I know, but you talk about an energetic exchange. You've often, on your YouTubes, I've heard that. In fact, that's what you said in the past. I don't know how still valid. That's what can happen here. There can be an energetic exchange.
Well, but there's an energetic exchange all the time.
I know, but
we're exchanging energy.
I know, but that was the one hope you held out when no one could understand.
I think you misunderstood it.
Oh, really? Oh. How should I understand it then?
It can't be understood. You know, there isn't anybody in this room, all there is this, what is. But there can also be, in talking to people, it's obviously easy to recognise that somewhere they're still in a contracted state, living in a dream. That's all.
Thank you.
I mean, just to clear that up, it's easy to recognise a contracted state. When there is no contracted state, there's nothing there to recognise.
I get it. Hello, Tony. I just want to thank you for your recommendation for what's it called? One poem.
Interesting.
You recommended his book. I've been reading his book called The Transmission of Mind. And it's lovely. One of the things that he said, that in terms of concepts, actually the concept of thinking that everything is sort of non-existent and at the same time existent, having that as a concept is just as wrong as saying that, maybe wrong is too strong a word, but it's just as not there, not got it. There's no concept that you can ever have and carry around with you. There's at all. There's lots of other things that are really interesting that he says in that book. So, thanks.
Hi, Tony.
Where are you?
I have a dilemma.
You have a
Dilemma.
dilemma.
Internal struggle that I like traveling, sightseeing very much.
You like travelling.
And sightseeing very much and go to different places.
Sightseeing or sexy?
We did that joke last time. But there's always this dilemma about it's like right now, it's like I don't know. I want to go sightseeing, but at the same time, there's a non-duality meeting, and non-duality meeting, and I'm afraid that if I don't go to the non-duality meeting, I will waste my chance to get liberated, or I'm not doing anything to help myself or working towards something. So there's always the fear of guilt or something if I go to sightseeing or something. But then right now,
you don't need to worry about any of that, because you will never become awake. There's no chance. You could go to 654 non-duality meetings and you will never become awakened. This has got nothing to do with you at all. So if sightseeing happens today or tomorrow, that's what happens. There's nothing anybody can do about it. It's not the way it is. And nobody ever comes away.
but you see there's a choice. Right now there's...
No, there isn't a choice, that's just the point. You don't have a choice about going to the Trafalgar Square this afternoon or wherever tomorrow. It's what will probably happen, maybe. One or the other.
But it seems that...
But there's no choice to it. There's no right or wrong choice.
But it seems that because it hasn't happened yet, then I can...
But it never will happen. It will never happen. It's never happened for anybody. Nobody ever becomes awakened. It doesn't happen.
No, I mean the choice. It seems that I can make the decision, and I have to make the decision whether I should go sightseeing or whether I should go to a non-duality
You're
meeting.
speaking from a dream. You're speaking from your dream. There is somebody that has a choice All there is this, sitting on a seat, holding a microphone. That's all that's happening. You're not doing it. It just is that. There's no choice. You will never have a choice. You've never had a choice. You've never been anybody. All the whole idea that you were anybody, or are somebody, or will be somebody tomorrow, is completely and utterly illusory.
It's okay. The me is defending what you're saying now. It's the me is resisting it.
Say that a better way, the microphone.
What?
Say it again.
The me seems to be resisting what you're saying. The me still want to have a person here to have a choice or
Hard luck.
or something, you know.
It's completely what's going on with you about finding this and finding that and doing this and doing is based on utter appreciation. And I love you.
So you mean we don't have to go to non-duality meetings if we don't want to?
You're not here. You don't definitely do also. You don't want to hear this.
So sometimes I don't really want to be in non-duality meetings, but there's a fear that if I don't come, then I will not drop or something. It's okay.
Simon, I take the mic, please. Tony? I'm so touched by your passion for this. It's amazing. When we were in Lincoln, me and you were having a chat on one of the breaks, and I just said to you, Tony, your passion for this is unparalleled, and it really is. When you are well, you're not responding, but when nothing is responding, it's just so uncompromised and unfiltered. It's awesome. When I'm, not always, but a lot of the meetings I go to, I feel great on the weekend or the 5 days or however long it is, because I think I'm gaining so much, this is so much freedom, it's all great. And then when I'm flying home, I'm sitting in the airport thinking, I didn't get anything. I'm thinking, this is awful, like, 'cause none of it can be had. But when I'm sitting here now, it's kind of like, it's just so free, this energy, whatever is coming up. Like, it can't be held, it can't be... It's not mine. It will never be mine.
No.
And that's why you say to me quite a lot, this has nothing to do with you, William. I just don't get it at all.
No, and you never.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Mike.
So, just a moment, you was just saying to, you was being very uncompromising.
Oh, have I been compromising something?
Well, no, uncompromising, which was lovely for me to hear. It just sends shivers down me. However, I'm thinking it's boundless energy, and then there's contracted energy, and the boundless energy seems to want to pop.
There is no intention.
No,
There is no intention.
no, there's no intention, but naturally the uncompromising wants to pop the balloon.
No, it doesn't.
No,
There's no balloon to pop.
no balloon to pop. So it's just meaningless then. It just doesn't mean anything. It's just popping. It's just doing what it's doing. I don't know.
There's nothing to know. You don't need to know.
No.
You never will know. You haven't, never have known. There's nothing to know. Just immediacy.
Apparently.
Yeah, all right.
Well, that's what it is.
Okay.
One of the things that I've noticed is I've become sort of allergic to the question, well, are you happy? Or, that's all that really matters, isn't it? Are we happy? No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying. I'm saying that's what's told. That's what's spoken to me.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, I'm constant. I realise that I wouldn't say I'm never happy, but I'm always okay with everything. And there's it's quite strange because if you're walking out and it's beautiful for whatever reason, you might see nature in some way and you love that, and somebody points out, are you seeing this? Like, it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that, it's beautiful, look at that. No, I don't want to do that. It's like adding something to it to say that it's what it is. It's much more spontaneous, and that's what I notice when I come into these meetings, in people's expressions, in people's immediate. There seems to be a lightness and almost like a lot of laughter that happens here. It's a paradox. I don't feel happy, but at the same time, it's wonderful,
Yeah.
as it is.
Thank you. It's not about happiness at all.
Sorry, I just want to add something to that. I don't mean by that to say that in any way that I'm different or special or that I've found something that wasn't. It was always that case, that things were just okay and you're in autopilot. I'm in autopilot. I'm not thinking.
Who is this person that's in our autopilot? Can you describe that to me?
The sense is that there is nobody driving the bus, as you know. There's
Nobody.
nobody driving the bus. There's nobody actually pulling the levers. There's nobody deciding let's do that or that. It feels spontaneous. That's what I mean. But it doesn't mean that
Who does it feel spontaneous to?
it doesn't feel spontaneous to anybody. It's just spontaneous. There's just nothing happening. That makes it feel like there's the question, are you happy, introduces the idea that there could be a person who is being happy. But that seems alien, or seems...
Well, it's dualistic. Are you one, happy, two?
Yeah. Just going on feelings here, rather than it's feelings, but they're not personal feelings. It's whatever is.
But there's no one that has anything. All there is is what is.
But I didn't want to make out that the meetings are in some way special or magical or something like that. Yet there is that feeling that lifts one, or it seems to lift. I don't know what it is. It's not me that's being affected directly. Unless I ask myself, you see, I don't have that clear distinction
No,
between
because as a
yes or
pure
no.
action,
Am I
we
real
have
or
an
I?
experience of yours.
Yeah, they're
of yours.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thanks.
Yeah. So, jolly old tea or coffee. Hey.